All right, welcome to the Stitch Method. We're picking up part 2.
He just doesn't like that song because he heard his sister banging to it when he was in high school. So it's ruined for him. But anyway.
And that's the end of the video. Thanks for stopping by. All right, so we're picking up.
Continuing on, Greatest Zeppelin Moments by album.
Yes. And what album are we on now?
We have made it to Houses of the Holy.
Another phenomenal album.
Yeah.
I mean,
top to bottom, ridiculous.
Another
journey.
I think, this is it's really hard to pick like the best Zeppelin album, really is, but I again, Houses of the Holy, we talked about on your channel, like 1 and 2 blues, 3 expansion, 4
acoustic, 4
was very like
what's happening. These are interesting,
you're gonna
intricate.
hate it. Wholesome.
Wholesome.
Very wholesome album.
Yeah, I guess so.
But in House of the Holy, they're like, oh, let's just what is it called? Acid? Okay. I'm getting
And boom.
Yeah,
music was never the same.
Yeah, like I'm not saying they took acid, but very, very experimental on all fronts. But still, I mean, identifiable as Zeppelin. Which is amazing.
All the best parts of Zeppelin plus a little bit extra.
Yeah, I think it's a great album. So, I guess I'll go first.
Sure.
All right,
this is your channel. We're on Stitch Method.
We're on Stitch Method, but whatever. We're friends. There's a lot to choose from, but I think my best moment, and I can't even play it right, but it's in The Song Remains the Same. It comes in dun 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 bam bam, and you're like, oh my god, what's happening? Like it's the first track, like what? And then it goes through the main riffs, and then Jimmy Page comes in with a solo, and I'm gonna play it slower than usual, but. He comes in fire fast, distortion, and it's like the drums are already pounding, and it comes in from this part like boom 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 boom, right? Boom boom boom, and then boom 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 boom, and you're like, what in the world?
Punches you in the face.
And
we're the greatest band of all time.
It is, and it's the mix of it. I think he took like a David Gilmour approach. I don't even know like if he stole from him, vice versa, but like no reverb, pulls it back in the mix, dry, super distorted, like cuts through like a knife. And when I heard this solo for the first time, I was like, oh, this man is a god. So I'm not saying the takeaway from this is fiery, fast guitar solos. It's just, I think, a well-placed moment for a guitar solo.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it. You hear it come in. And the rumor on the mill is that it was written as an instrumental. And then Plant was like, I love it so much, can I put some vocals on it? And they were like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And so you can hear how strong the song would have been without vocals. It's still great with vocals, but I think that guitar solo was the intent of like being like, I'm just going to punch you in the jaw and knock you out for a second.
But in a tasteful way still.
Super tasteful.
Because it's not just a shred thing, which obviously there's a bit of that.
There is a shred moment
but
to
it comes back to bow, down, 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 and it's like, all right, now we're kind of back.
Yeah, he's like flash, like smoke powder, whatever, like smoking around, bam, and then back to
an assault on the listener.
Oh, assault on the listener.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite moments on the entire album. How about you, Mr. Sean?
Played it badly, but the Ocean. Probably my favorite riff by Zeppelin ever.
Awesome.
It's got the pentatonic nastiness into it.
Yeah, it does.
But it's got more.
What is the more?
Time signature.
Yes.
It's like what?
Right. What is the time signature? Dun, 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 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, is that 8?
No, it's like
it's
8.5. I think.
8.5.
I don't even.
Something, whatever it is.
But it's just that one extra thing that kind of hits you early.
So good. Again, an organic moment to a pentatonic riff.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so good.
You just play that, and they go, "What was that?" You go, "You liked it?" And they go, "Yeah." And I'll play it again. There's no thought in that timing. It's just an awesome riff.
It's total feel. It's totally by feel.
You
can tell it's like they're not planning out like, oh, we're going to do something at 9 or whatever it even is.
9.
Yeah.
I have to count it again.
Yeah.
Up in the comment section. I've listened to this. Yeah. But again, like John Bonham, like when he skips the snare on that, like bam, bam, ba da bam, boom, ba ba boom, like he skips. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's
so
it's
good.
amazing. It's just the synergy between those players is incredible.
Listen to Houses of the Holy. It's good stuff.
So great. The Ocean is where it's at.
Pentatonic riffs in odd time. We mentioned, what other great band does like pentatonic riffs in odd time?
Tool.
Soundgarden.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think that Spoon Man is such an awesome riff. And I feel like Spoon Man and the Ocean are in that category.
Okay, yeah. So Spoon Man, Born of the Ocean.
Yeah.
The spoon washed ashore.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, we should write something like this.
That's the baton.
We got to go and ask them.
Pass.
Yeah, but you can see the similarities. In the
Absolutely, 100%.
Because you can hum them, But you can't count them, really. I mean, you can count them.
Right,
but, like,
it's tough, yeah.
it's
but
just-
it's easier to feel than it is to count.
That's it right there. Good job.
Hey, thanks.
All right, what's our next album?
All right, what's after that?
Oh, Physical Graffiti.
Hey, please, have at it.
Yeah?
I mean, for me, it's Cashmere.
Oh, we know that was coming.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
sure.
that's almost like this isn't in the right tuning, but
Yeah. You know, I listened to that, and it's amazing the amount of tension that just climbs chromatically.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like...
it's like, you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then with the orchestration of it, it's too much.
It-
It's too much. The first time you hear it, it's too much. It was for me.
You think so?
I was just like, I don't know, like, what am I listening to?
Yeah.
And then I come back to it, and it's like, this is where it's at.
It's funny you bring that up, because I want to ask all the subscribers that are watching this, and you, when you listen to John Bonham's drum beat, you know, it's just a 4/4 beat, like ba-na-na, ba-na-ba, but there's some random cymbal hits, and I always imagine like them being like, you know what, John, just play to this click track for 7 minutes and put in cymbal hits when you want, because it's like ba-na-na, ba-na-na, boom, ba-na-na, psh, da-na-na, and da-na, psh, psh, but, you know, and I'm like, how'd you choose those? But it's really cool to listen to. I don't know how they did that or why he chose it, but
It's the greatest.
it's a good
That's
riff.
why.
And did I do mine? No, I didn't do mine yet.
And I think to take away from that too is just to experiment with different genres of music, because that's a very Eastern sounding thing that was born of their world travels.
Right.
So really, even if it's like a genre of music you might not even think that you have a taste for, there's something that you can take from that and incorporate in your own playing.
You're absolutely right. I'm doing an In the Mind of video soon, and it's going to be using some exotic scales that
Cool.
about influence. And you're right, because it's funny, just like the Beatles, they went to India and they had all that sitar infused stuff, and I think in their travels they wrote Kashmir, and it has those steps, those chromatic steps, you do not find a lot in Western music.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't.
Especially over like a static, if you want to call that a pedal or whatever,
pedal, yeah.
like awesome.
It is awesome.
So good.
So mine's like way different in terms of like, I don't know how the heck again he wrote this, but again, this is my whole like, when I say, well, you can write something with music theory or you can write something organically, I really believe that Jimmy Page wrote this hummed it in his head, which is 10 Years Gone, Not for the whole thing, but we all know it. 10 Years Gone, the whole thing, I don't even have words for that, right?
Yeah, that's one of the best ones.
Yeah, I don't.
doubt.
You listen to that and you just go, that's such a true song. It's not a riff. It's just something this guy heard, figured it out, polished it, made it his. Mm-hmm. And to me, I'm like, that's just the most organic, from the heart type of
Pretty
riff.
simple, but there's so much emotion that goes into that.
Unreal.
They're just chords.
I mean, you can't hear that song and not go like, whoa.
Yeah.
Every time you hear it, you go, whoa. So, I mean, the only walk away from that is don't be afraid to figure out things in your head, and you don't have to care about music theory. Music theory will help you for the guitar solo. Will help you with the bass line. Help you with something. But, don't be afraid if you hear something that you like, just to play it, because that song would have never been born, and I would not be the same person.
Some of the first chords you'll learn, too. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, A.
So, yeah.
It's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's true. And what is it, B flat minor? Yeah, it's great. Good.
Yeah, that was the second chord I learned, B flat minor.
It was? That was like a 43rd.
No, I still don't know it. Not sure what you're talking about.
All right, what's our next album?
All right.
Presence.
Is Presence next?
Yeah.
This is where I kind of jump out, honestly.
Okay.
When I discovered Zeppelin through like a greatest hits type thing.
Right.
And then I was like, yeah. And then I just went just hardcore into it. I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Houses of the Holy. Physical Graffiti. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And then it's like Presence. It's like, is this the same band?
No, it's totally funny you say that, because you're right. Physical Graffiti is the fault line for the sound of Zeppelin.
Yeah.
I think you and I both read that Robert Plant was really, really proud of the songwriting of Zeppelin on Physical Graffiti. He said it was the best moments of Zeppelin.
Sure.
Which goes to show, he didn't think that 1, 2, 3, 4 and House of the Holy and and were of that type of sound. But I think that he really enjoyed the Physical Graffiti sound. Where I think that a lot of Led Zeppelin fans didn't appreciate the Physical Graffiti sound as much because, in my opinion, the mix Everything's mixed.
Very different.
Yeah, totally differently. Like the guitar's not standing out as much.
Yeah.
The drums aren't. It's very evenly walled. You know, in terms of production value.
Yeah, and it's not like a blues power sound
Right.
as much. There are moments of it for sure.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely. I mean, there's plenty of moments. My favorite moment on it is, and I taught it in my my Zeppelin riff album, which is Nobody's Fault But Mine. I mean, it's just a cool opening riff, and what I think made it so special. Again, we talked about this. Was it on my channel or your channel? I can't remember. But like the effects, you know, he puts a phaser on that or a flanger, and like you hear that for the first time, and it makes that simple riff of a pentatonic with this major third just sound ethereal in nature.
For sure.
And it's catchy. Now I know that someone might have written "Nobody's Fault But Mine" years before it, but again, what they did with this riff. Spectacular, and even as the song gets more complex and they start going dun 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 dun, and they start playing with the timing of the drums and bass. But Nobody's Fault But Mine really is just a killer song that I think a lot of people can grab onto because it's simple, some cool effects, and it's pentatonic with a major third, which I think get on that. Go write something with a pentatonic and major third.
Absolutely.
All right.
Mine is Achilles' Last Stand.
Yeah.
Right? An epic. I'm all about epic storytelling stuff.
You know what's funny? I feel like if you're like, hey, Jimmy, what song do you think should be on Sean's new album? He'd be like, oh, Achilles' Last Stand. Like, that's like a Sean Daniels song.
It is. It's an epic, for
It is.
sure.
It's so funny. You say that. Yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah, definitely. And the live ones, oh my God.
Ridiculous.
They're like 20 minutes long, some of them. It's out of control.
Again, I think that, like, what do you think of that riff? That riff is just so...
It's a storytelling riff.
Yeah,
I think is how I would describe it.
Achilles' Last Stand. I feel like that's a story of me running and tripping on a rock and then tumbling down a mountain.
Yeah, that's kind of what I get from that. Just a never-ending...
They watched me do my first 5K, obviously.
It's like a gif of you just tumbling end over end.
Yeah.
Over and over again. That's exactly what I think of when I think of Achilles' Last Stand.
That's a great riff.
Yeah, but just taking the listener on a ride. That's exactly what that is.
And that's something you do on your songs, definitely. It's very progressive, that song.
Yeah, it is prog rock, for sure. That's maybe the birth of prog rock was that it right there.
You think so?
I don't know.
We'll call Jimmy. We'll find out. You and I got connections.
For sure.
All right, on to our next album. All right, so we're in Through the Outdoor.
In Through the Outdoor.
Okay, so mine's going to be really funny and odd. I remember getting the In Through the Outdoor CD, if you guys know what CDs are, and have my, you know, and traveling up to Vermont for a ski trip with my friends.
It is beautiful.
And I put it on.
Paint the picture.
Yeah, and I'm in the back seat, and I'm leaning back, and this song comes on. And I was like, what the is this? Like, what is that? And it was so fiery fast, but it was like country. And, you know, and then Rob Flynn comes in and goes, oh, hot dog. And I was like, what? I'm like, what happened to the days of like Gollum and the evil one? Now he's yelling out hot dog.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is why I'm out through the outdoor. I know every day.
I think that it's a G riff, you know. It's got this G major scale. You know, and I was like, it was so fast. I was like, I have to learn that. And I learned it, and I was like, well, thank you, Jimmy, for introducing some
people
country-esque
like that kind of
hot
thing.
dog riff right there. So to me, even though there's some other songs obviously on the album, a hot dog to me was a cool moment because it was so like, that's Zeppelin. Okay, well if Zeppelin played it, I'm gonna learn it.
I got it.
Right.
So for me,
Yeah.
again, not a huge fan of this album.
Okay.
And again, like I said before, I was working my way backwards through the catalog.
Right.
I ended up on Fool the Rain, which is going to be my choice.
Oh, Fool in the Rain, okay.
And then I was like, wait a minute, I have heard this song before, but I thought it was Billy Joel. So it was a pretty cool Billy Joel song.
Yeah.
So that's why I'll say Fool in the Rain.
Are you saying in the river, in the middle of the night?
Yeah,
sounds like Fool in the Rain.
Yeah, kinda. There are similarities. Admit it, people.
Oh my God,
even you in Through the Outdoor truthers, you have to admit.
Yeah.
Parts of this could be a Billy Joel album.
Oh, so wait, we know. Let's just for S and giggles right now, like live on this thing. Let's look up the chords in through the Well, Fool in the Rain is in C. It's C, A minor, F, G. But I'm gonna look up right now. In the middle of the night. Yeah.
See, all right, bottom's nasty.
Yeah.
Bonham's so nasty. Like honestly, check out the Fool in the Rain isolated drum track. I think that's on there, and it's just like
I don't even know what the Billy Joel song is called. Is it In the Middle of the Night?
It could be any Billy Joel song.
No, I can hear
any post-Stranger Billy Joel song.
In the comment section, if you find out the chords to In the Middle of the Night, and see if they're the same key as Fool in the Rain.
So I guess that's my highlight.
Yeah, you're balancing.
We'll say Bonham. Bonham kept it real. All right. I don't like anything else from the band post this. But Bonham tried his best. He was like, listen, guys, I don't know where you're going, but I'm staying right here. And then it just got too much for him eventually. I'm staying right here where I've always been. Since one, I am right here.
Playing.
You guys do whatever you want around me.
That's a funny observation.
That's how I feel about it.
I think it's so funny how like on your channel we did like the best of the best. And like, well, we're going to give Ian the swill of Led Zeppelin. I appreciate it.
Let's talk about Coda.
Let's talk about Coda, the one album that I don't think I've listened to once. No, I'm kidding. So let me look up Coda. All right, Coda. You know what's really funny? I know what my song is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Of Coda?
Yeah, of Coda. So let's see. Let me if I can play this right. Darlene's a good song.
See, that sounds better right there than it actually does in the actual mix of the song.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
I just want to say the reason, I mean, not the reason I enjoyed it, but, you know, it's funny because I guess, like, I've been magnetized to, like, Jimmy Page from a young age. And that's B flat, C, and D, which is the flat 3 of G to the 4 and to the 5. Mm-hmm. And then what does he do? Riff comes in, changes the flat 3 to a major third. Like this is the Jimmy Page thing, right? Flat 3, 4, 5, and then major third.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. So, but not that I knew that. I never listened to him.
Oh yeah.
I said,
that's what he's doing riff. Again. Yeah.
So Darlene is a really cool riff to I think play and just have fun.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You never heard the song once.
No, haven't. I'm just agreeing. Absolutely. But, okay, I have some thoughts on Coda.
Okay.
If we include the extended or bonus BBC edition.
You said the extended version.
The extended version, which has Traveling Riverside Blues.
Oh, yeah.
And Hey, Hey, What Can I Do?
Oh, then you know
Hey, What Can I Do is like one of my top 5 Zeppelin songs.
Why is the distortion on this thing?
Beautiful, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Beautiful. One of my favorites.
Again.
And I think that's technically part of the Coda re-release.
Okay, I'll give that to you.
So that's my favorite.
Nice save.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a great riff. It's in the key of D. It starts off in the 5, so it's A, G, and D.
Mm-hmm.
And
then they have 4 major chords in the verse.
Oh yeah.
A,
G, D, and
I play it in D.
Oh, you do? Okay. So good. Again, borrowed chords from keys.
Beautiful.
Blues riff. That's a blues shuffle.
Exactly.
I mean, you nailed it.
Beautiful. Hey, hey, what can I do?
Hey, what can I do?
Coda, great album.
Yeah.
Coda.
How
is that not on the album? That's what I don't understand. That and Traveling Riverside Blues is great too.
Yeah, it's true.
Talk about like the ultimate slide.
Yeah,
thing. But somehow they're not on an actual legit album. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe
right.
some of the people who know more about this.
Maybe this video should have gone on your channel too.
Maybe it still will.
Who knows? Thanks for tuning in, and remember, anything we talked about, listen to those riffs and take what you can gather from those riffs and put them into your playing. Don't steal the riff like Zeppelin did, or
steal it.
Yeah, or steal it, or just understand like what they're doing compared to the time of that song and put it in your stuff.
You know what I found is a great way to steal stuff? Is like I'll try to play something, play it wrong, end up liking it, steal it, but no one will know because I've played it wrong and it's not the right way to do it.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
That's how you steal riffs. So try to play Zeppelin riffs by ear, mess them up, but then have a pretty sweet rockin' riff.
Great, and then 30 years from now you get blamed for plagiarizing.
No, you won't because you did it wrong. The thing that Jimmy's problem was he's too good. Like he stole it and he just grabbed it and like that was it. And then he just kind of improved it. I play it completely wrong. It ends up being something different than what I tried.
And you laugh your way to the bank.
It sounds pretty cool.
That's good.
Oh yeah, all the way to the bank.
All the way to the bank.
Yep.
Stay tuned for another sketch video. Pro tip. Take care.